G'day, guys. Today I'd like to present a sketchbook discussion around what I think is a change in the world of leadership. And I think it's really important for us all to recognize that the change is with us right now, that the pressure coming from above to people who are leaders is probably 2 to 3 times more than it's ever been before in the history of humanity, especially in business. We're playing catch up from COVID. We're in a much more competitive market. We're in a shrinking environment. And the thing that's lagging in the whole game that we're talking about here, the thing that's lagging are followers. And as much as we can put pressure on ourselves as leaders and say, my leadership needs to improve, if followers are being encouraged to be freelance, to choose their own time, to work at their own pace, to resist results, to do things they want because they've been encouraged to be what's called narcissistic or self-aware or resilient, or call it what you will. The job of a leader is becoming harder because those they're leading are becoming more resistant or resilient to leadership. So today I'd like to just have a look at that and let me know what you think. Bye for now. G'day, guys. This is Chris, and today I'm talking about something that's a little off the cuff, and I really hope you can get some insight from what we're about to talk about. This is a conversation, so I welcome feedback. Lead or follow, change is coming. For the last 10 years, I've observed the world of corporate training and professional development to have a huge focus on leadership. That leadership, expressed in its many, many different forms, is about collaboration, teamwork, engagement, motivation, how to get people to do what you want. And I think that's been fantastic for the last 10 years to focus on leadership. We've used role models of Bill Gates and Steve Jobs, and Jesus Christ, we've used nearly every bugger on earth as a role model for how we're supposed to perform as a leader. We've also done training on resilience to help the people down here in the organization that you're leading resist your leadership. So resilience or mindfulness or whatever you'd like to call it at an individual level has been teaching people how to be, in a way, their own leader and to be self-determined and fight back against any bullying or brutality or hardship or sexism. But in the process, it's actually helped these people become more resistant to the very thing that you've been trained in for the last 10 years of your life, which is leadership. So I think we're in the midst right now of the greatest change in business development that I've ever witnessed in 45 years of human growth and leadership training across the planet. And I've worked in the US, in Europe, in Germany. I've worked in Asia, in China. I've worked in Singapore. I've worked throughout India. I've worked on leadership, especially in Australia as well. But I've worked on leadership throughout the world. And what I've noticed over the last 10 years is we haven't done much work on followership. Now, if you come down to Bondi and you talk about followership, you'll find groups of communities of people who follow a philosophy. As long as there's not a person who is the guru. So what we've been taught is how to be I think self-reliant is the language, but actually it's self-absorbed or narcissistic. How do I How do I make my values, my life, my thoughts, my beliefs, all these my's, how do I make them resistant to change? And so the subject of followership has been diminished because we just don't trust the leaders. We don't trust the gurus, we don't trust the churches, we don't trust a lot of things anymore, but we do trust philosophies. So we've got in Bondi and the world at large, I would say, food philosophies without a guru. We've got a spiritual philosophies, but not too many gurus. We've got business philosophies without too many gurus. What we're saying is we'll trust a philosophy because, why will we trust a philosophy? Because we can interpret it any way we want. That means when we're talking about organizational change and leadership, we're growing the responsibility of the leader. We're saying, better leader, better leader, better leader. And with that, we're loading leaders with more and more and more demand. Results, 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 results. We want more, we want more, we want more. We want more out of you as a leader, but at the same token, we're engaging people that you are leading, the followers, in a system that breeds resistance. Resistance to a person being a leader. So what people have done to try and overcome this is they've developed leadership philosophies. And so instead of being an icon of leadership, instead of being the person who leads, we lead with ideas. We lead with cultures. We lead with HR. We lead with training. And so what we're trying to do is seduce people to follow a philosophy rather than us. The training that's gone on in the last 10 years has missed out on one thing, and that is that leadership relies on followers. And followers are called students. And students learn. And therefore they want to learn from teachers. So, it all goes back to leaders becoming great teachers. And great teachers are always great students. So all the great leaders of the past in the world, whether it's a spiritual teacher or a academic teacher, they've all been brilliant students. And so we've been focusing on teaching people to be great leaders and great teachers, but we've missed the point. The point is, great students are the source of great teachers, and great teachers are the source of great leaders. Therefore, it may be wise at this point in time in your corporate trainings and your corporate philosophies to be teaching people that you lead to be great students. In other words, shift the philosophy from leader to follower. How do you be a great follower? And that, my friends, is a massive shift in corporate training, corporate leadership. Instead of teaching mindfulness, instead of teaching balance, instead of teaching philosophies, instead of teaching well-being, instead of teaching resilience, all these crazy isolated notions, what we need to do is to teach people to be a great follower. To be a great follower, we have to recognize that there are 7 areas of life, and in each area of life, there's going to be a teacher. And that's why we need to learn different things in different areas of life about growing our circle bigger and bigger, about growing. This circle is our possibilities. And instead of just saying, I'm going to grow myself as a student in one or two of the areas of life, and therefore grow a circle that looks more like that, with the center over here, and this is relationship and family, and this is how to be a great business tycoon. We need to create a centerized circle with spokes radiating out. And that's why you're coaching. That's why it's so important for your coaching to be total human awareness, to be 7 areas of life. So, I hope that's good food for thought. I've enjoyed sharing it. Have a great day. Bye for now.